Before I start this, I like to give all praise and glory, honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Shalom to Apostle Is, great minister, ruler, and teacher. Shalom to the 144,000 men that's pushing and believing His word in all true sincerity. Shalom and sacrificing their lives and wants to do so. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners scattered abroad on all four corners of the earth. Shalom yet again. And this video right here will be entitled "It's Fun to Be an Israelite Until It's Not." And really, this video was inspired by the video I seen earlier this week with the women sitting up here saying, "Oh, I'm an Israelite wife." It's a trend and all fun and games to when it's not no more. And at the end of the day, this should be a lesson to all of those that, it should be a lesson to all of you that think it's a game. This ain't no game. It's not a game until when you can't eat, you can't sleep properly, you running to and fro, worrying about your life. It's not a funny game no more until then, right? So don't play like that. Don't do that. Do not play like that. That's how you fuck around and get deleted. So, man, yeah, we read about it, but we gonna live it too. There's one thing about reading about it, it actually being in it, and we're actually gonna be in it, beginning with the men. Now, the men are supposed, even though you have rank and order, only men are supposed to be prophets. Obviously, men are supposed to be prophets, not women. And you women sit up here, oh, I'm an Israelite wife. Yeah, you're an Israelite wife until you ain't done 8 in 3 days. Your kids crying. You ain't got a roof for your head. Your clothes about torn up, and you probably on your monthly. Like, come on now. I'm just getting examples. This is Amos chapter 3 and verse 1. Hear this word that the Lord Yahweh has spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, "You only have I known of all the families of the earth, therefore I will punish you for your iniquities." And we're coming in that time where the whole nation of Israel will be judged. Now, granted, the elect will uh, we'll be having our time of testing, but it ain't gonna be we ain't gonna deal with all the things that these 2/3 are dealing with. They're gonna be dealing with a lot more plagues and calamities than we will. Now, granted, the let me see, the Jeremiah 30:7 or Jeremiah 7:30. Let me see. Jacob's trouble. Let me see. I'm probably fucking it up. It's probably backwards. Let me see. Is it 30:7? Yeah, this is Jeremiah chapter 30 and verse 7. Alas, for the day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. And yeah, that day is fastly approaching with this MOTB coming, with Esau fulfilling Revelations 12 and 12. He's going to come down upon the whole world like that, especially you, Jake, especially you Israelites, especially you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. This ain't gonna be a game no more. It's not. It's fun to be an Israelite until you got to deal with the things that's going on. Now, granted, we men, we prophets are readying ourselves and hastening ourselves and praying, fasting, and meditating upon this. Yes, but at the end of the day, man, this is strictly on faith. Now, you women, y'all don't need to be seen. Y'all supposed to not be around in the sense of trying to be seen in front of everybody, trying to be on some type of pedestal. You're not, and that's not how the Lord designed us. So I'm gonna just get straight to the point with these calamities, because this shit ain't no joke. This is life threatening, man, this shit it scares me. So how much more so a woman when they don't know what's going on, when they think it's all fun and games. Just a second, I'm gonna jump between 15 and 16, but I'm gonna start off 16 first. This is 2 Ezra chapter 16 and verse 35. Now hear these things and understand them, ye servants of the Lord. Behold, the word of the Lord receive it. Believe not the gods whom the Lord spake. Yeah, we ain't tripping, we ain't worried about no idols, we not focused on idols. That's not what we're thinking about. That's not on our mind. Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack. So these plagues are coming upon the whole earth, and we're going to need the wisdom and knowledge and understanding and the fear of Yahweh Bashem Al Shai to get through this. Verse 38. As when a woman with child in the ninth month bringeth forth her son with 2 or 3 hours of her birth of her birth, great pains compass her womb, which pains when the child cometh forth, they are not slack for a moment. And yeah, you see in a lot of these scriptures describe a woman bringing forth a child because that's how painful and how desperate and when we obviously I'm a man, so I ain't gonna fully know, but you see it when women give a birth, they uncertain, they in pain, they don't know what to do. You know, that's how it's about to be on this earth. We ain't gonna be able to have access to the internet, the videos, the apostles. We ain't gonna be able to be around brothers like that. Now, granted, I mean, if the Lord got you with a brother in that day, woo, that's a blessing. That's a heavy blessing. But this is and this would be an individual test as well, so a test for your whole household. You know, but verse 38 of 39, Salakia. Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. And yeah, and that's what's going to happen. Beginning with the house of Israel, we're going to go through this. The whole 12 tribes. The elect not even exempt from this, because the elect got to go through their period of trying, and testing. Go through the furnace to earn this. It's not easy going through the fucking furnace, but hey, we got to go through it. All this practicing, all this meditating. Like, for example, I'll use a carnal reference. Let's say you on to practice. You got, let's see, 5 to 6 days a week of practice for football. You got 2 days, you got weightlifting, then you go to the field. You're already banging your body up. You got a condition on top of that. That conditioning, working out, it ain't easy. Now, granted, somebody that's been in shape, that's been doing it, I mean, it's a challenge for them, but the elect are going to be fully immersed and fully ready because they've been prepping themselves for this. Now, the Lord already know who the elect is, but nonetheless, the whole 12 tribes of Israel are going to go through this. So now I'm going to jump to 2nd Ezra 15 because this is about to get real out here. Very real. So let me see. That ain't it. It's down some more. Let's see. Oh, no, it's not. Let's see. Ooh, there's some fire right here, though. Let's see. Unless I'm looking in the wrong chapter. Let me see. Bear with me, Bob Kashaw. That was 15? No, this is 16. That's 15. Uh, Sedition among the people. I know. I'm probably overlooking it. But yeah, no, the time that's coming upon this earth, it ain't gonna be nothing funny when you're going through it. You're gonna be worrying if you are the elect or not. You gonna be stressing, stressing. This ain't gonna be no joke. Oh, it was 15. Okay, so lucky. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 15. Now started at verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. And yeah, this goes for us too. This ain't just for the heathen. For the sword and their destruction draw nigh. So that's talking about the 2/3 and Esau Edom. And one people shall stand up and fight against another, swords in their hands. So it's gonna be household against household, neighbor against neighbor. You gonna really see and then you gotta think. We just talk about in these areas. What about the jails? Man? It's gonna be purge out here. And now this gonna be purge on roids. It's gonna be a 70 AD on roids. This ain't gonna be no joke. So this is verse 16. For there shall be sedition among men, invading one another, house against house. If your neighbor see what you doing, he's gonna take it and he's gonna rob you. And it ain't nothing. The police ain't gonna help you. Um, it's so many movies that explain this. I can't think of none at the moment, but it's so many movies that explain police officers just saying "fuck it," every man for themselves. That's the type of mindset that's gonna be out here. You already see it in these other countries. Now, how when it hits America, you know it's a wrap. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. In the course of their actions shall stand in their power. And yet, at the end of the day, these politicians, these governors, these mayors, these senators, they ain't gonna give a fuck about y'all. Y'all more of a target than anybody. They know your face, they know who you are. So that's the times we're coming in. So for you wanting to be like, oh, I'm an Israelite wife. No, you think that shit's fun and games until it ain't no more. The Lord is about to get ready to make his move. And we have to be ready for this. This is what we're doing for it. This is what we're doing. We're doing this to get the blood off our hands and hopefully be saved because we got so much to think about. Let me see. In verse 17, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. And yeah, that's the times we're coming in, man. That's the exact times we're coming in. We ain't gonna be able to just freely roam. They're gonna have DMVs around. You're gonna have checkpoints, lockdowns everywhere, concentration camps, all of that. For because their pride because of the pride for us like it for because of their pride the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and the men shall be afraid. And yeah, you tough niggas, we gonna see how tough you is. Now, verse 19, a man shall have no pity against his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of lack of bread and, and for great tribulation. So for you women to be, this ain't just towards women now, this is towards men and women, children as well. The Lord is getting ready to move out here. And I'm not just saying this because the scripture saying this, well I am, but I'm saying this because this is supposed to be in your mind. This is something that makes you fearful out here. You putting yourself on a pedestal, making you a target. You're already a target as it is. So how much more so you putting your face out here, your kids in that video? That's wrong. It's bugged out. That's not orderly. But yeah, man, I didn't want to make this too long. But nonetheless, this ain't a game. This is life or death. And if you keep playing with it, the Lord's gonna delete you permanently, and He's gonna delete you out. And I'm saying permanently in this life. But the Lord's gonna completely erase those that ain't taking this seriously. But nonetheless, the Lord willing, this video is edifying. Before I close, I'd like to give our praise to Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai Bashim Kakudash. And on to the next one. Shalom.